Hello everyone. So in this video we are going to see SOQL question and answer, and these questions are highly interview focused. So we have covered total of 14 questions, and all the questions and answer will be attached as PDF in the description. You can go and check it out. If you have any doubt you can ask on the comment section. Moving on to the first question. Fetch all the tasks associated with opportunities where opportunity stage is closed one. So in this type of question you have to first ask what we need to fetch. We need to fetch all the tasks, so that's why we have to write select id from task. So from task we need to write, because task is what we need to fetch where opportunities stage is closed one. So we have to write what id, because opportunity is connected in the task via the what id field. So we have to write what id where what type of opportunity we need opportunity where stage name is closed one. So that's why we have written in this way. Okay, so you need to know, like, on the task, if there is any account is connected with task, the same field will be used, what id will be used. Okay, so next question we have is fetch all the accounts without any associated contact. So what we need to fetch, we need to fetch all the accounts. So that's why we need to select id, we need to write select id from account, because account is what we need to fetch where id not in select account id from contact. Okay, so this account id will contain the id of the account. So that's why, because we don't want any contact associated with the account. If there is any contact which is associated with the account, that will be discarded here, right? We don't want to fetch it. So that's why in this query you'll only get all the accounts that does not have any associated contact. If I go to the next question, we have write a SQL query to get accounts having more than 7 related cases. So in these type of question you have to write from on the child object, because here you have this condition, right? You want to get the contact, but there is a condition having more than 7 related cases. So whenever you get something like more than 7 related cases, less than 7 related cases, you have to write on the child, because then you can group by using contact id. So cases will be grouped by contact ID, and you can put a condition by using having keyword count ID greater than 7. So it will give you all the contact. Here you have that contact ID. It will give you all the contact ID where you have more than 7 related cases, right? So whenever you have these type of condition, always remember you can write query on the child object, and you can fetch the details of the contact by using contact id. Or if you want to get the name, like contact dot name you can use. But remember, you have to add contact dot name in the group by as well, contact dot name. But in this cases I have only fetched the contact id. So this is the query. So always remember, when you have more than, less than something on the child record, you can query on the child, and then you can group by. Moving on to next question. Fetch the latest modified opportunity associated with the account. Okay, so what you need to fetch here, you need to fetch the opportunity. So select id name from opportunity where account id associated with an account. So one account it is mentioning, so it is obvious that account id is known to you. So you can put the account id here where order by last modified date descending. So this descending keyword will help, like, in getting the most recent opportunity, and you only need the latest one. You don't need list of all the opportunities. So that's why limit one, so that you'll get the most recently updated one. Moving on to next one. Count all accounts records where phone is not null. So you need to count account records. So that's why you have to write from account where count phone. So whenever you use count keyword and inside you give the field name, so it will give you all the accounts. It will give you count of all the accounts where phone is not null. It won't count the account where phone is null. It will only count where it is not null. So this is how you can query. The next one, fetch all deleted and available accounts in a single query. So here in this case, you need to find all the deleted ones. It means which are in the recycle bin, and all the available one which are on the system. which means those are not deleted. You need to fetch all. So here you can use this query. You want to fetch all the accounts, so that's why from account all rows. All rows will give you all the accounts which is on the Salesforce which are not deleted, and also the ones which are deleted, like which are in recycle bin. Okay, so that's what you can use. And also if you want to see like what all are deleted, what all is not deleted, so there is a field is deleted. So this will be true if the account is in recycle bin. If this is false, it means the account is not in the recycle bin and it's on the Salesforce platform. So this field you can also add so that you identify which are deleted, which are not deleted. Moving on to next question, what is the maximum offset limit in SOQL? So there is a limit on offset which you can use. Here we have the limit of 2000. So the answer of this question is 2000. You cannot offset more than 2000 record, right? So that is the answer. Moving on to next question, find the duplicate email address in contact. So this is the query where we have used from contact group by. We again use group by email, because email we can group cases by email. Let's say multiple contact has same email, we are grouping it based on the email, so only one row will get for each email. So we need to add like count id more than one. So if there is any, for any email, if there is multiple contacts, it will give us the result. So a result, what we'll get in the result, first a record will get one email, and what is the count. Let's say one email has 8 contacts, so it will give you the other record. Second email, we have, let's say, uh, this email is used on 2 contacts, third email is used on 3 contacts. This will give all the records grouped by email. Okay, fetch accounts with at least one contact. Okay, so we need to fetch account, so we are using this from account, where id in select account id from contact. So if there is on the contact, if there is each contact has the account id, so wherever we have the contact present, it will only give us those accounts. And here also I mentioned, right, whenever you have something like have more than one account, at least one account, you can also use group query on the child. So in this example you can also use select from contact. You are using contact which is the child, so you have to group, right? Group by account id having account id at least one contact greater than, okay, sorry, greater than equal to 1. And here you can give count id comma account id. So whenever you have this one, you can use group by as well, but since at least one contact it is mentioned here, so you can use this query as well. So both you can use, it depends how you are going to approach it, right? Moving on to next question, for each account find top 3 opportunities by amount. We need to query on account, right, and we need to find the top 3 opportunities. So you can also add in the field, you can also add the child details. So we are querying here on the parent, and we have fetching the id, and we are fetching the opportunities as well. So what is the condition? Opportunity order by amount descending, because we need the top 3 opportunities by amount, so we need to put the descending, right? So highest one will be first, second highest will be the second, and third highest will be third. And we only need 3 opportunities, right, based on highest. So we need based on the high amount size, so we are adding limit 3. So this we can use. Moving on to next question, fetch second highest opportunity amount. Again we have to query on the opportunity. Okay, so since we need to fetch the opportunity, we are adding from opportunity where order by amount descending, because we need the second highest. So first we'll order it based on the descending, and then we'll add limit 1. We only need one amount, one opportunity, and we need offset 1. Right, offset 1 is used to remove these number of record. So till here, right, till here you get all the opportunity 1, opportunity 2, opportunity 3. Forget about this offset now. Till here you get all the opportunity with the amount highest. A1 is the highest, A2 is the second highest, A3 is the third highest. So till here limit 1 means we are only getting this, right? But we want to need this opportunity, right? Because this has the second highest amount. What we are going to do is we need to offset this one. Like this one we don't need, we need this one, so we need to write offset 1, so this record will be skipped and we are getting this. If we need the third highest, we need to write offset 2, so first and second will be skipped and we'll get uh, the opportunity 3. So that's how we use the offset. To get the second highest opportunity, we need to use offset 1 to skip the first record and we'll get this record, right? Okay, next question is count the numbers of related contacts associated with an account. So we need to count the number of related contacts. We can use from contact, where account ID is already given because it is mentioned associated with an account. So it's obvious that account ID is known to us. So we are writing query on contact where account ID is this one, and we are counting all the IDs. So what this will give you? This will give you the result. What is the count of record? Let's say 7 is the count of related contact, and account ID whatever we have mentioned, right? Whatever 005, whatever it is mentioned, and the count we get. So this is how we count all the related contacts. The next one is opportunities where account is industry is banking and associated contact has one email ending with .org. So we need to fetch the opportunities. So we need to write select ID from opportunity. Where what are the conditions? First one is account industry is banking. So account dot industry is equal to banking and has an associated contact has an email, so it must have an associated contact with this email ending with this one. So that's why we have used and condition where account ID in. We are using now query on the child object, which is the contact. Select account ID from contact where email is like this one. So now the first criteria is also fulfilled, and the other criteria that the contact must have an email ending with this one is also fulfilled. So that's how we can query all the opportunities based on this criteria. The next one and the last one is the governor limits on SOQL. So these are the important governor limits which you must have to remember for interview. So first one is total number of SQL queries that we have in one transaction is 100 for synchronous apex and 200 for asynchronous apex like batch apex, queue apex. Total number of records that we can fetch is 50,000 in synchronous apex, and in async apex you can fetch total number of 50,000 record. If you are using database.get query locator, total number of records you can fetch is 10,000 in synchronous apex, and in asynchronous apex like batch apex you can fetch up to 50 million records, right? So this is it about Salesforce SQL question and answer. I will also going to make a video, dedicated video for SOSL interview question, and this will also help you